Welcome to Art is Human, a podcast where we explore the artistic journey, one unique and everyday perspective at a time. We'll talk about where we've been and what we've accomplished, what we're working on right now, and what we're looking forward to. Whether you're still finding your voice in medium or you're already a seasoned pro, this podcast is for you. Be reminded that by the very definition of art, your humanity makes you an artist. I'm your host, Steph Sharkey Schultz, with 15 plus years of expertise across multiple market verticals and creative mediums. Let's dive in and get inspired.
Barbara and I go back over 12 years to a painting that I listed on eBay that she found and purchased, and we've just stayed in touch ever since. And I found out she does cool arts and crafts too, and I wanted to hear her story. So here it is.
We are live. Welcome to Art is Human. My guest this evening is, you go by Bob, right?
Well, yes, this time, yes. I go by many names.
Oh my gosh, so this is art that I did for you. It was the character, wasn't it Nimi?
Yes, so basically it's a Norwegian goth lady, and she is very interesting, definitely has a not so good job, but she has a very interesting life. That was the artwork that you did for me. Oh, I work at a hotel. I'm very excited to work at the hotel because this year has been really hectic. I have been going to different buildings, different companies this year, last year. So it's been a hectic ride, just trying to find a good fit for myself. So basically, I have found, this was a referral that somebody gave to me. And I was told, you have an interview next week, Wednesday. So I was like, are you kidding me? Really? And she said she remembered me from like 15 years ago. And I'm like,
aww.
How? I don't have a good memory like that, but
It's
thank
tough.
you.
And I've got so many sticky notes. It's not funny. And I've also got,
Wow.
I use a to-do with, it's virtual, and I can do check, and it makes a little thing, and I'm like,
Oh, cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
I like the artwork that my friends have done for me. This is from Mindy Indie, and it's the Star Wars edition during the coronavirus.
Wow.
So basically, it is with Biden, and we got Kim Jong-un somewhere over here. Yeah, the Death Star is the coronavirus right here.
Oh my gosh, that's brilliant.
MINDYINDY.com. I think it's just one word at a time.
I remember you telling me about Mindy India.
Can somebody do this? Can somebody animate this?
Please let this be animated.
Yeah,
Oh my
exactly.
gosh. Well, I tell you, it's supposed to be easier than ever to do that with AI, but like right now.
I just read a story about how somebody got scammed because they thought that Brad Pitt was a real person in the hospital. He needed money, and then it was a lot of money given to this AI, this person.
Oh my gosh. I'm seeing that probably going to be on the rise more and more. We're probably going to be seeing that happen.
You're going to really have to know who your friends are, what they sound like, or,
Yeah. I got you.
if they got a haircut or whatever, something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. With AI, it's like you don't even know where you stand sometimes. So.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway. Well, I'm so thankful that you love the art.
No
Thank
problem.
you for sharing the
Yeah.
other creators' art, crafts, embroidery, like fabric art. Is that your art?
I believe that that's one of my art. When I was during the pandemic, the coronavirus, I didn't actually have a plan. I was just thinking, I have so much time on my hands. So I just started with crafting with fabric because I would always be mending socks or clothes or something like that, or making little changes. So basically what would I do is this is what I would start with, and then it went to a lot of other things that I have in my binders. I was doing crazy mashups. So I had
love that.
The favorite anime with some comic strip like Nemi that you did, or something that it would make sense, and then it wouldn't make some sense because you'd have to kind of like an inside joke. So I would do a lot of like drawings, fabric stuff, things that I don't use that much, to jackets. I would decorate them because I'm thinking, I have it, it's good, why not? And then I
Oh,
would just
right.
take a lot of time to put them together. And then afterwards, I was thinking, yeah, let's just make more of these. Yeah.
I love
Mhm.
that. How many have you
Yeah.
made altogether thus far to date
Um,
since COVID?
Today, I think the pictures that I showed you is most of it, maybe like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
It's never going to end because I always have creativity, as you know that the mind is always coming up with new ideas. Yeah,
Yes.
so that is
Yes.
one of those things that I will never know.
Get
Sure.
that phone out. Get ready to do that voice recording. Send it to
Hmm.
yourself. Oh, I'm
Hmm.
so excited to get to talk to you. Thank you
Oh
so much
my
for the gift of
gosh,
your
thank God.
time.
I get to meet the creator. Yeah.
So, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Okay, so
Hmm.
this is the question, and this ties into what I've already asked you.
Sure.
My first question to you was, how long have you been doing this fabric art? And that was since
Sure.
COVID. That was the answer. Now,
Right.
my follow-up question is actually a bigger question, and if are you familiar with podcasts, right?
I've seen it on YouTube, but I'm not sure that much. I think it's like podcast is like something that you download that is just voice only.
So yes, I'm very happy to
Hmm.
explain that. So that's how
Hmm.
it started out. Podcast is derivative of basically the iPod. So Apple kind of
Okay.
started
Sure,
it.
sure. Hmm. Hmm.
So yeah, so that comes from iPod. So that's where you get
Hmm.
pod, and then cast. It's just like it's video, it's streaming.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah, audio. It's
Hmm.
all the media.
Okay.
So and what I was introduced maybe I guess 5 years ago or so by a
Hmm.
friend. Haven't heard from them in a while. Hope all is well. But
Right,
that friend got me
definitely.
hooked on podcasts. Like it was
Oh,
mostly
right.
audio. Yes, you're right.
Right. Hmm.
But I know podcasts go back at least 12 years, maybe
Oh,
10 years. But
sure.
I've only been getting into them the last 6 years. And
Hmm.
now
Hmm.
it's all over the place now.
Sure.
And most podcasts don't make it past like 12 episodes, which is
Oh,
why my first season will have 14 episodes.
yay. Okay, just a
So,
couple extra more for the binge watchers.
oh yes. And for a minute it's
Hmm.
going to be bi-weekly, but when things kind of
Hmm.
settle down in my personal life, I will be able to probably go back to weekly or go
Sure.
to weekly, so to speak.
Hmm. No
I have a
problem.
high level of commitment. The problem is, it's been crazy. When you've been laid off multiple times, your industry's
Oh,
turned upside down.
yeah.
It's just a little all over the place. Like you said, you got your referral to your current job that you love.
Yeah.
Well, it's cool, right? You like it.
Yes,
Would you
definitely.
say
Yeah.
you love it?
Yeah, I started, but the thing is that I like this specific location. It's in a
Nice.
really good location,
Good to
New
know.
York City, Grand Central, a couple blocks away. They pay me well. The people, they they have their culture. I'm not saying it's good, I'm not saying it's bad. They have their culture.
What do you think
Hmm.
about that?
Hmm. I think that that's pretty good because then you would have to just talk to people. The managers, they're all willing to talk to you. That's one important thing. And the coworkers, they're willing to help you. They're not saying, "Oh, you made a mistake. You're supposed to make a mistake one time and then that's it." They're just like, just talk. Let's just figure it out together. Yeah.
That's a green flag. That's a green
Hmm.
flag employer. I'm happy to hear that.
So I'm doing security. So basically,
Nice.
before I used to do this commercial buildings, they want you to do the front desk and just stay there. But here, you can go anywhere. It's organic. You can go take a patrol, go to walk the hallways or the hotel, go outside, inside. You're not really relegated to a specific spot.
Oh,
So
that's
the thing
nice.
is that that could be a good thing or a bad thing because a boss could say, "Hey, you be here on the 14th floor," and I'll be like, "I'm on the basement. No, right now, 14th floor." Or they could say, "Let's just do a simple patrol. Let's just go look at the side, see if there's like 5 people there. There's 5 people there. It's all good. If there's 4 people there, we got a problem. Something like
Yeah.
that." So
Yeah.
it could be good or bad. Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
you'd say in New York, you'd say, Houston, we have a problem. You know?
yeah. Exactly.
So, I lived in the Poconos for a minute.
Sure, sure.
Frequently made trips between New Jersey and New
Mhm.
York. And then
Oh,
actually, I learned how to professionally drive in the film industry with,
okay.
I drove for Adidas It's Adidas, not Adidas. And I drove
Oh
from
my
like the
gosh.
con.
Okay.
One gentleman, he owns a company, a production company. His name's Patrick Kendall. And he owns Jelly Jam Productions. And I worked with him on a
Okay.
gig with the BBC on
Okay.
Supercar Blondie in Houston. And he taught me how to do the New York wedge. And I am
Ah, I
forever
see.
grateful. Forever
Yeah.
grateful.
Yeah,
So
because
we
some
were in-
people, they
Some
drive.
people don't know.
Yeah. Wait,
Basically,
can you describe this? Do you have a picture of what you do?
yes. So this is the battery for my Lumix G7.
Sure.
So let's just say that, and this is a what is this? Shungite. I think it's shungite.
Okay.
It kind of deflects EMF radiation. That's all I use it
I
for.
see.
So
Oh,
let's
okay.
just say this is a turkey head
Okay.
who's not letting us in to the lane. This is me,
Okay.
and he's not letting me in, and I'm driving like this, and I got my blinker, and he can see me, and I'm not in his blind spot, and suddenly I just cut in, so he can't
Oh,
move.
wow. Right.
Yeah. So I just kind of cut in so he can't move.
Mhm.
And
Gotcha.
yeah, it's the New York wedge. So you just kind of cut in while things are going slow enough. And then he has no choice but to stop his butt. And then you just, as traffic continues to move, you just kind of glide right up in there. Just kind of
Oh my God.
like a boss. Like a boss. Like, oh, it
Yeah.
didn't just happen. I just did it. It's fine. It's
Yeah,
good.
exactly.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's the New York wedge.
Yeah. Thank
So
you.
it was cool. You're very welcome. Yeah. So maybe hands better because it's like, dude's not letting you in.
Yeah.
Kind of cut in front, and then he kind of has to stop. You can't go any further, and then traffic continues to move,
Yeah.
and you just kind of keep weaseling your way in because you can't.
Oh.
Yeah. So like, you want to hear
Thank
from
you.
you want to hear from my insurance company? That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll talk.
Fine.
We'll connect. We'll connect. Yeah. Bye. Screw you
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yeah. No calls. It's all good.
You don't want to mess with New York Steph.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you could. Yeah, definitely. What would New York
Oh, yeah.
staff do?
What
Yeah.
would New York Steph do?
Yeah,
WW
exactly.
NYC.
Exactly. Whoa, that's a lot of.
It's just a lot. It's
Yeah,
too much.
exactly.
I'm in Texas right now, and I
Right.
don't really hear the Texas accent.
Oh.
So, how often do you hear the actual New York accent in New York? How often do you hear it?
Well, it could be New York, and I would think it's normal. That's
Yeah,
the thing.
That is
So I would
okay.
probably think that whatever I'm hearing is normal, but if I go somewhere else, to be, oh, you've come from not here. So I couldn't probably, maybe if a person was from another state,
Yeah.
so far it seems to be standardized. And we have the hotel is an international hotel, and sometimes they have some committees coming over. So it's just like if they have a convention in Javits or something, they prefer this hotel over other hotels, so they have the whole group, all these hotel rooms. They reserve them, and I'm like, all of them. Okay, all of them. So sometimes they would have the entire floor or their whole setup, whatever, if they want to reserve a room, a meeting room, a bunch of guest rooms, an event space, something like that. Like,
Wow.
what was
Yeah.
it, the UN
Ballrooms and such.
delegation? Yeah, they had a whole freaking setup. We had to know where they are, where they're not. And that was when I got hired. It was the delegation. And I saw a lot of people who I've never seen before, like the Secret Service.
Ooh.
Really serious. And I was like, yeah, I've been here for such a long time. I know what I'm doing. God help me. I just started. So, really interesting learning experience.
Get
But
real, dude.
I'm glad that I was able to help,
That's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, this is really exciting.
I'm still mending something.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, I want to see a
Yeah.
work in progress if that's possible. That would be just
Oh,
delightful.
this is not a work in progress. I'm just mending. Don't think that I have a lot of projects right now. I ordered something, but I might be working on it. My friend just ordered it for me. He said that it's going to be here in about 2 weeks. So the thing is that I'm actually hoping that I can show you what it is. That it's not really a project per se, but it's called Eat a Bag. It has pockets in it, and then you can put things in it. So the thing is that you can actually personalize it. I have maybe if you want to, I have something. Yeah.
So, oh my gosh, I'm
Okay.
so excited to see your work. Please show us. I'm so
Are you
excited.
ready? Okay, let's see
Ready.
if I can get I guess this will be backwards.
That's so
There we
cool.
go. Yeah,
This
so
is great.
basically what it is that I have this one is a plastic piece, so it takes up most of the window, and then I have some things over here that my friend introduced me to. I hate and love it is from N-Stars, Ensemble Stars. One over here, Tatsumi, and then the other one over here is Odanis. Okay, that's a little bit better. And then one character from Cowboy Bebop, another character from the Raya Disney movie. It's a dragon of some sort, and then some
Neat.
other stuff over here. So it just takes up all the space, and then you can
So
actually
cool.
wear this every single day that you use it. So this is my work bag because this is the only thing that fits
It's the
Yeah.
only thing that fits everything.
in the locker
Oh,
because the locker is
okay.
very skinny.
Cool. So that was a bag. That was really
Yeah,
cool.
that's the
And then-
Edie bag. Yeah, and then I have it decorated. You could decorate the side. You could
So
decorate the
cute.
front. You could like tie these to whatever, and then you could put like keychains on here if you want to. Yeah.
How do you spell it if you don't mind me asking?
It's called ITA-BAG. So Ida is a Japanese word. It's like pins or pain because every single time that you pin something, it's like you're poking the bag. So like decorating, you started with pins, like can badges. Yeah.
Copy that.
So then,
Okay.
yeah.
Super cool. Here's what I'm seeing right here.
Oh, there we go. Yeah,
Noise.
that is true.
So yeah, that's a cool trick.
Yeah.
But just remember,
Mhm.
Google, not endorsing it, not dissing it. It's a great search engine. They
Sure.
make themselves the best search engine from what I hear. All good. All good.
Yeah.
Carry on. Yeah, anyway, they're a marketing company. Don't forget that. And
Of course, yeah.
go into your settings. Always review your settings and make sure that your privacy settings are where you want them.
And the
Yeah.
browser that you use, the internet browser that you
I don't use Chrome.
Yeah. I don't use Chrome either.
Yeah.
I had
know a
to
lot of folks-
download a couple of different types before I chose this one, which,
Got it.
yeah. Hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, so the next question is this.
Oh,
And we didn't go over like all this too, so I was just like,
sure.
just casual friends catching up, and then you get to see the video when it's done.
Sure.
I was gonna ask Bob, what was your first artistic endeavor, and when did you first go about getting into it?
Oh, well, those are two different things. Okay, so the thing is that I remember when I was in art school and then I made a picture of my mother and I think that I put her with blue lips.
Ooh,
And that was the first thing that I was interested in. The other time when I was in elementary school and there was a picture of a bird and I put a pink bow on it and I guess it made it female and all the other people said, let's just make this bird female. So everybody put a pink bow on it. And then another one was when I was in class and it was like ribbons, like Christmas. And then I just put the ribbon together and everybody was like, hey, why don't you teach us how to do it? And I think it was way too complicated because I was like, this? And then I skipped like 10 steps and I was like, there you go, that's the end. And they were like, wait, can you teach us again? And I'm like, there, it's simple. And I was like, oh, okay. So I think during my life, I've been artistic, but I didn't know. I was just sharing things with people. So basically, it's mostly to do with when I started mending things. And then after the pandemic, I think I had so much time. So I was like, yeah, I possibly do not have any kind of artistic talent. So I was just drawing and I was like, huh, it looks like something. So technically, I have sold some things, but it's not really a job. It's just if somebody asks me to do something and I don't really show what I do because I haven't shown a lot of things of what I do, but if somebody sees something, I guess I can help them. At least I could do something for them. So sometimes I've been paid. Yeah. But that's not my intention. Yeah.
see, that's really cool. You do it because you love it. It's cathartic. It brings you joy. It utilizes your imagination and creativity, therefore it is smart. I'm so glad you came into that realization and understanding, and what you've shared is so crucial. And I'm so glad you're pursuing this. Do Etsy. Not endorsing them. I'm not an affiliate of theirs, but I think that Etsy's a great place to start.
Etsy.
Yeah. But that's really cool. There's no reason you shouldn't get paid if you're doing a service for somebody. It's just some idea to consider. So I appreciate you sharing that. So like this crafts was your first endeavor. Did you say that was elementary?
Well, there's some things that I did in elementary school that I guess that the teacher noticed, and I was thinking, oh, I was just doing my regular thing, and then they thought it was weird because why would you draw your mother with blue lips and like a blue crayon or something like that? So I was like, you know what? It's art. So then I was really thinking like, oh, is there a specific box? So that's when art, if you took it that way, may not be so fun because somebody would look at you and say, well, you're supposed to draw your mom with red lips, not blue lips. So then people would think, oh, are they limiting you? Are they limiting me? So then that would be the thing. Oh, it doesn't make a lot of money. You shouldn't put too much time into it. Should be like math or doctor or something like that. Yeah.
Thank you. That validates everything. That validates everything that this show is about. The whole misconception about what art is and isn't. If it brings joy, if it takes imagination and creativity, and it elevates everyone, how is it not art?
Yeah, of course.
Well done on being a lifelong artist and not letting them give you crap. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome, Bob. I appreciate you sharing.
Thank you.
That is so crucial for the rest of the audience to know. By the Google definition of art, if it takes creativity and imagination and you're human, you're an artist.
Yeah.
There are different types of artists. I would never say that everybody is a storyboard artist. What I would say is that if people are creative, have imagination, and put something together that brings them and others joy, then they've created something, and that something is called art. And I don't think a whole lot of people could disagree with that. And if somebody doesn't like it, hey, there's a unsubscribe button there for you. Learn to love the unsubscribe button.
Be like, do it. Yeah. Make the action.
There's a block button. There's an unsubscribe. Do the thing. So I want to get into also, have you done any more fabric art like with the clothing?
Not so much because I have to find a jacket. I have to find something that I could repurpose. And also, so I have made something, but it's like a scarf and I made, old pants. But the thing is that it's more of a function thing, so I'm trying to figure out which fabric to match it with. So I wore it yesterday. It wasn't warm enough. So what happened was that I can show you what I have right now. So I have this, and then it's two pants, put them together in the middle.
Oh, cool.
And some socks over here. But yesterday when I wore this, I have some fabric that's really fuzzy. So what I'm going to do is put some over here and put some over here. And then maybe it'll make it a little bit warmer. But I'm not too sure if it's actually going to work. But hopefully, if I can wear this, I actually want to wear it as a functional scarf. Because I don't want it to just look pretty. I want it to have like a bunch of things happening at one time. Yeah.
That is so cool. I love that.
Yeah.
That is so neat. I think that's a really good reflection of your personality. You just like a little bit of everything, and you're just like go with the flow, and you're just so cool.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Well, so that falls under the category of my next question, which is there anything artistic you've been wanting to get into, but life?
Maybe like Photoshop, like if I wanted to. Yeah, so, what was it? All these grandpas, they have so much time, and then they have pictures where they look like they're overtaking a house, and there's like they're just all different versions of them. They're the same person, but they're all doing different like poses. It's like the monster grandpa, and then the one's going like ah, and other ones going like running, and the other ones just on their phone not paying attention, but it's all the same grandpa. Yeah. So
I know what you're talking about.
There you go.
So yeah, more Photoshop kind of stuff. I like Corel. I know people use Krita and Yim.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
I was thinking about the movement in your background. Is there a cat? Is
there's
there
a
an
total
animal that you take?
dog. Show yourself.
Yeah. Oh, hi! Oh my gosh! What a lovely dog. Made a dog very happy. Made me very happy. Like,
That brought joy. That's wonderful.
no problem. Holy crap. Yeah, that was like, look, they had a Zoom call and the teacher said, I have a pet. And then one of the students typed into the conversation, show pet.
Everybody's just laughing their butts off, and it's so stinking cute. Thank God for the comic relief of animals.
Yes, of course.
They're awesome. They're just they're awesome. So yeah, you know what? I wanna honor. His name was Trip. He was a rat terrier. We had him for 15 years. He had some complications. We took him to the vet every other week. My sister took him under her wing when the family, the kids grew up and moved out. My parents moved away. He was a special guy, and this was his birthday. About 16 or 17 years ago by now, I guess. Really sweet little guy. It's so intriguing about animals. They all have their very own personalities. They have their own little souls and spirits, and you just want to believe that they go to some kind of heaven and you'll see them again. And I don't see why not.
Of course, yeah.
So I will see him again someday, little Trip.
No problem.
He had such a sweet little bark. And he was in several videos of mine, and he was also in my comic. You knew I had a comic book series, right?
I think maybe mentioned.
Yeah. This is my comic, Misterguy. I toured the nation with this. It starts out black and white, and then one day, the world turns color. And he has to figure out what the heck just happened. Yeah. Naturally, he's got a spaceship.
Yeah.
Basement, where else? Why don't you have a spaceship in your basement? Anyway. And naturally, we go to the source of color, the source of the solar spectrum. Solar, the sun. He goes to the sun. It makes more sense when you read it, trust me.
Sunception!
The second one.
Yeah.
And this back one, this is where that expression I have, challenge the parameters of your reality. That's where that comes from. That's kind of a tagline in this new endeavor.
Gotcha.
So don't be afraid to start over because you're building back from experience. That's the name of the game for me right now. So anyway, I'm in the comic. Believe me, there's a bunny for you at the end of this trail. We do come full circle. And then the little dog just invites himself into my photo shoot. And so he is preserved forever. Where is he? There. He's on my lap. Because he just wanders in and hops on my lap.
Cute, very cute. Oh my gosh.
So he's in my comic, and he's in videos where I'm painting.
It's the Pet the Doggy simulator.
We can pet the doggy now. Oh my gosh, it's a pet a doggy. The action is doggy petting.
How plead you? How plead you? Well, he's not pleading the fifth.
Painting, and it's time-lapsed, and I'm painting, and I speed it up, and I edit it, and he just comes and wanders in, and he just sits behind me. Painting. My sister was at work. We worked opposite shifts. I often worked overnights. I worked back when I worked for the Hilton property. I would work overnights sometimes, and so I actually worked very closely with the security team on overnight shifts.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so I know. So it's cool. But yeah, they paid for most of my hotel stays when I did my national tour. So that was
Exactly.
nice.
Yeah.
Coordinated all my own badges. I coordinated multiple book signings, convention appearances. I was on 2 or 3 comic book panels.
Mm.
It was a good haul. Come full circle one day. I'll re-release it with an ending because there's a 3rd issue in the works, and it does have an ending.
Gotcha.
I've got a couple different ideas. I haven't quite pinned it down yet, but I think it's going to be a happy ending. There was a time I went through in my life where everything was just like,
Shark has
okay.
been activated.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we've come full circle. The little dog's birthday was today, and we celebrate him.
Happy birthday!
And
Yeah.
so yeah. Anyway, I didn't mean to do all the talking here. So yeah, what are a few things, life in general, that you're looking forward to right now?
Well, it's the end of 2024 and start of 2025. Couple things is start writing 2025. I guess my resolutions for New Year's is basically improve myself, more understanding, get more comfortable with this role in the hotel, see if I can make more friends, and make sure that everybody's comfortable. I'm going to try to help them out as much as possible. We're going to help each other out. Things like projects, sharing things more, being a little bit more vulnerable, making sure that, it's with the right people, not with like absolutely everybody. It's like, oh, you have cheesecake? Yeah, of course I'll be vulnerable with you. That... You're like, no. We have to make sure that the cheesecake is correct. We have to make sure that there's a couple of things met. Exactly.
You don't mess with the New York cheesecake.
Oh my gosh, a New York cheesecake and then New York pizza. Yeah. We do have some
bagels.
Chicago pizza. Yeah, the bagels with the lox. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Little island.
Sure. Yes, Long Island.
Have you
Lots
been
of
there?
different Long Island, different parts of Long Island. It depends on what you're looking for.
Little Island. This was
Little
an art
Island.
installation that was donated as a gift to the city of New York.
Oh, I see. I haven't been there. I
It's
haven't
cool.
seen it.
What are you going to do to unwind for the rest of this evening?
Oh, actually, I'm just going to chill out. I have this time until tomorrow where I have my shift, and basically I'm just gonna do some more of my chores. I have to finish my laundry. It never ends for
Tell
some
me about
reason.
For me, it's dishes.
Yeah.
I hate dishes. I don't mind laundry.
Dishes is okay. The
See, you and I
laundry
are
is
like,
yeah.
House, yeah, I wish we could get robots to do that stuff so I can have the art. Yeah. Let the AI stop making the art for us and replacing
exactly.
people, and please do my dishes.
Yeah, AI is pretty interesting because sometimes
is.
you get the funny part where you have like human hands and there's like 10 of them on each hand, and you're just like, are you sure? Yeah, the font, it's like, it's supposed to say like, hi, I like you, but it's like, hi, and you're like, okay, it's really
It's
trying. But then,
hallucinating.
yeah, or it steals artwork from people, like aggregates it from like 20 people. AI doesn't know, AI doesn't care. It just aggregates it from 20 different established artists and said, here is AI's artwork, and you're thinking, it's not yours. None of it's yours. Yeah.
It's giving lawyers a run for their money. Intellectual
of
property
course.
lawyers. This is a whole
Yeah.
new ballgame. This is an entirely new frontier. And we're still
Yeah.
trying to quantify how that's going to boil down. I could understand why people would be having... And again, this is why... I don't know. People need to be respectful and do attribution. And there's all this kind of legislation coming out about like what artists can do and say on their websites to say, hey, AI is not allowed to use this. So there's just like a lot, but I have a problem with the robotaxi thing because I'm just like, why? Why? The whole reason is you think that there's like not enough, people available to do this. No, I'm sure there's lots of people that just have a hell of a time getting through the hiring process because the last 3-4 years have been hell with hiring and layoffs. Like, maybe not everybody wants to go drive a taxi, but should it be like, you gotta make more than $12 an hour to survive right now?
Exactly. And then sometimes there are multiple people who are driving, so one person does a 12-hour shift, and then the other driver comes in and says, I'll take the rest of the shift, the 12 hours. So there's always somebody driving the vehicle because in New York, it's in New York City, the
The city
medallions
that
are
never sleeps.
$100,000, $250,000, and that's before you even start making money. And then
What?
I'm thinking these are real humans trying to do their business. Their business is their car. So that's the reason why they have multiple drivers, or they always have to have, as many hours as they can. Instead of 8 hours, they do 10 hours, they do 12 hours. But then they have a family, they have other things to do. How could they do that? Yeah. Hmm?
They're called medallions.
Yeah, medallions is something that you put on your car that says that you're official. That's the reason why there's a lot of people who do Ubers or Lyfts because you don't need a medallion. All you have to do is get a specific license plate, TLC, and you could start driving right away. My friend, he actually has a Uber and a Lyft app connected to him,
Yeah.
but he can drive the car whenever. So it's like,
Interesting.
yeah, he doesn't have to pay for the medallion that huge amount of money. Yeah.
Look at what you got. This is the shirt that I bought him for his birthday. Well, no, it's
Oh,
for
cute.
Christmas, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah?
It was close to my birthday. This was supposed to be rated a 9 out of 10 on the toughness scale. He's a German Shepherd. He knows no.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't get him.
Oh,
Hear the scuffle?
yeah, exactly. I can hear it.
He has
Yeah.
his little circuit. He goes back
Yeah.
to hang out with my bro, his
Yeah.
owner, and then he comes out here to check on me. This is about maybe
Yeah.
a couple times an hour, maybe 3 times an
Sure,
hour.
sure.
And he comes
Yeah.
out here. Sometimes he brings a toy. Sometimes him
Mhm.
don't. And when
Okay.
when him do bring toy, he give to me, and I throw
Yeah.
for him, and him chase,
That's
and then
cute.
he run back to my brother.
I know that. Do you have the pet toy that when the dog opens it, it says the dog has won? It did.
Brilliant.
So it's inside the toy, and if the dog opens it, that's the only way to know that it's actually in there. Yeah.
That is hysterical.
Hmm?
Game over. Your dog won. Discard this squeaker.
Let's see how tough your dog is. This is probably one of the toughest dog toys.
Thank you for sharing.
No
I've
problem.
had a
Yeah.
delightful time talking with you. Now I must turn my focus to editing.
Gotcha.
It has been delightful getting to know you better, Bob. I really appreciate you. I've known
No
you for so many
problem,
years.
Sharky.
It's been wonderful catching up.
Finally.
So when I was up in New York, I did not have my vehicle with me. It was in
see.
Louisiana at the time.
I see.
Technically, I'd been tri-coastal before.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, my car was in Louisiana near the French Quarter.
Mhm. Gotcha.
Charming place. Fun to visit.
Mm.
Yeah, so my car was down there and we were up in New York. And we took my
Yeah.
friend's car. We lived in a haunted house for a few weeks. That was cool. Would never
Yeah,
do it
yeah.
again, but it was interesting. Yeah,
Hmm?
when you get 3 knocks on your door at 3 a.m. and the motion
Okay.
sensing light does not come on,
Oh.
don't answer the door.
You should
Start praying and play praise and
yeah.
worship music.
have all those options available to you if you don't want those neighbors to yeah.
About 4 corners of the house, proclaiming God's name and holding the Bible and the whole 9 yards, and we got
Yeah.
the heck out of there as soon as we could. So.
Was it the correct Bible?
Yes, it was.
Oh. I have all of them.
Cool. It's
Yeah,
good to
no,
have.
just kidding.
No,
Yeah.
it's fun.
Yeah.
Well, I like the King James Bible because it is the closest thing to the Septuagint, the original Greek.
Oh.
It's considered the most accurate, the best preserved. Anyway, so, but yeah, good chat.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. Yeah.
I'm so grateful for you. Thank you so much for the gift of your time this evening.
Yeah.
I had a blast talking to you.
And
Clearly,
you
I'm
have
at a
to
standing desk.
Cut
Sorry.
some things out of here. Make
Yes.
sure that it's good.
We certainly will, and I don't know what happened to my scissors, so I only have these nail clippers right now. So,
Wait, I have nail clippers. Okay, let's
yes. You ready?
Clip
Set,
off.
Go. I'm not kidding. It's getting more expensive every day. So, like, if you could start
Yeah.
making a little money on the side, you know,
Yeah, of course.
keep up the good work, have a little store online.
if you have a lot of overtime to do, because some people, my coworkers, had some situations to take care
Yeah.
of.
Yeah, I get it.
That's yeah. But they like me. I think the bosses like me, so they keep calling me. It's like, hey, can you do a shift? I'm like, am I human? Maybe, kind of. Like,
Close. You have to take the metro, the MTS.
yeah, so MTA is
MTA.
basically less than an hour away.
That's
So
cool. What?
I made sure that in a spot that's safe at all hours. So if I do any kind of shift, like 3 o'clock in the morning, I don't have to worry about things, about people, about smells, you know.
That's valid. Oh my
Because,
gosh,
yeah,
smells. Oh,
the whole okay, see, this is an MTA route. This is a New Yorker's, you definitely need to check the train cars. If it's empty, there's a reason why. If you go in there, you'll probably see it or smell it. Probably smell it before you realize it, because it's very cold, it's winter, and people don't like to go to shelters. They like the subways, they like the trains, so they stay there as their home. So there are some things, yeah.
it's tough
It's
when
yeah,
rent is astronomical.
yeah,
You know, I get it, but man, if we could find a restroom or make more restrooms available or provide more temporary housing and mental health support, if we could stop
yeah,
spending money on like multi-thousand-dollar designer bags that aren't worth the material that they're comprised of,
exactly, yeah,
and like, I don't know, maybe not have to have 5 Lamborghinis and maybe just care about other people a little
yeah, of
more.
course,
That would be
yeah.
amazing. Because why should anybody ever have to live like that?
Oh
Because
yeah.
life dealt them a hard hand. Like, I really
Mhm.
wish there were a lot more people that did good with their money, like more good with their money.
Exactly, yeah. We do as best as we can.
But you are doing great,
Apprenticeship.
Bob. You are
I
doing
I hope
amazing.
so. Yeah, because I think that they also have a union. They do keep in contact with us,
That's
and
great.
also I think that in the future they said that they have a bump up rate, so I have to just
Nice.
stick it out for a couple more, length of time, and
I would
yeah.
start asking for that money now.
Oh, no, 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 no. Don't ask for too much.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I get it, but at the same time,
That's a fact.
that's what the purpose of unions is to get is to gather together, fight
Hmm.
the man.
It could be a
Solidarity.
woman.
Yeah, you're darn tootin'. Hey
It would
man, that's
be
a two-way street.
equality! Equality!
Whether you're a man or a woman, in betweenies and all arounds, you could be a jerk.
Yeah,
Be nice. Be a nice
yeah,
person. In a world full of meanie jerk faces, be a nice human.
yeah. Vote for Sharky. Vote for Sharky.
Metal hands anymore. I just do
Yeah,
love.
yeah, of course.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say to add to your diversifying your income streams, highly recommended. There's the
Mm-hmm.
local one in New York. I
Okay.
used to work with the IATSE in
Uh,
Austin. Got good friends
mhm.
over there.
Sure, sure.
They're a union. They are
Hmm.
the Theatrical Union of Stagehands.
I've heard about them. They did have a strike. They are
Yeah.
very, yeah, vocal. Yeah.
Oh yes,
Hmm.
absolutely. And their first one ever was in New York. So that's
Oh,
worth
yeah,
looking
no.
into. That's a union that'll
Hmm.
stand strong.
Hmm.
Super cool. You always see that Bloom logo at the end of
Yeah, yeah,
movies.
yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
used to wonder what that was until I worked with them a few years back. I was like, oh, they're fun. I was lighting tech and stagehand with them for a bit. So
Oh, okay, gotcha.
what I earnestly hope changes about that work is that
Hmm.
they start paying for stagehands
Yeah.
parking.
Hmm.
Pay for the parking.
Yeah.
Pay for their parking. If you
Hmm.
want them to put your show together, don't tell me it's not in the budget. If you need to add an extra 5 or 10, maybe $20 to a ticket,
Yeah.
just so a stagehand can have parking, because they're
Yeah.
not making a lot of money.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you want to maybe not make them pay for parking too,
Hmm.
because there's some fat cat that's profiting somewhere off of the labor of the workers. You
Yeah,
better
of
start
course.
taking better care of the workers.
The people who
Because
do the
guess
work.
what? Power to the people. If you don't pay the people, the work doesn't get done. And I don't care how much you try to replace with AI. You're going to try to replace people with AI all you want, but then who's going to be left to buy your crap? So you know what? Pay the people. Thank you.
People.
You're going to figure it out one of these days.
Yeah, exactly.
Me, I'm not bitter. I'm not passionate about that subject at all.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
The little heart. What did you do earlier? The little heart.
Yeah, just... Oh, wait, I can't... I forgot how people do it like this.
Like Napoleon, what did Napoleon do? The little...
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I can't do it now. I did it before, but you know what?
You taught me what I know, and now...
Yeah.
I must teach the others.
Yeah.
Okay, girl, I gotta say goodbye.
There we go. See you later. We'll talk.
It's wonderful
we'll
talking to you, always. Thank you so much for staying in touch all these years. I'm so grateful for you. I've enjoyed, like, there have been times where I've been slow to get back, and it's because I get so behind on messages sometimes. So, and if you ever want to come back to the show, please let me know, or I can ask you back. Just let me know, because it's fun. I want to do, like, progress checks, like, how are things going since we last left our heroes? So,
Gotcha.
thank you so much, Bob, and have a fantastic night. Enjoy the rest of your night off and part of your day tomorrow before you go back to work, right?
Exactly. And you too, always. Yeah. And fight the good fight.
Fight the power! Talk to you later.
See you. Bye.
Bye.
The main points today. Thanks, folks, by the way, for your patience as I got a little behind on editing, but we are getting back on track. Productivity, speaking of which, there are many ways to enhance it with to-do lists, sticky notes, and more. Pull out all the stops. And appreciate others' art as it may inspire your own. AI. Times are changing and we must find ways to adapt, but laws are being developed to protect artists. In the meantime, AI-powered scams are on the rise. Really know who your friends are, and let's dial into our critical thinking skills as we stay positive. Creativity. Don't put pressure on yourself. Just create and see what happens. If you're feeling fulfilled and creative, you may be doing your art and not even realizing it is what it is. My comic book series Misterguy will make a return Sunday. Don't be afraid to start over again because you're building back from experience. It pans out all different ways, folks. We talk about animal buddies and their impact on our lives. We cover different aspects and idiosyncrasies of life in New York City, about Bob's occupation and hospitality, and about taxi drivers and their lives, fun things to do and look forward to, places to see, and the food that sets the Big Apple apart. In a world full of meanie jerk faces, be a nice person. It's probably going to be a t-shirt. Stay tuned. There are many ways to diversify revenue streams. Speaking of which, pick what resonates with you and make it your own. Stand up for yourself and your rights. Fight the power.
And if you would appreciate the perspective of an award-winning brand designer, a fine artist whose work has been featured in galleries from coast to coast in the United States, a recording artist and singer-songwriter, a cult classic comic book creator, and a filmmaker with credits on projects with industry giants like Paramount, Visa, the BBC, and more, I would love to work with you. Book a consultation today, and let's find out what your art is. And as always, don't forget to challenge the parameters in your reality.